Hey guys, and welcome back to Kaisen. And today is another JJK battle between two nice characters, I like to say. Um one of them's spoilers ahead. One of them's dead. These two are Kento Nanami and Mei. Hell yes, we are doing this. I haven't put a female character in the fight. It's been a lot of left and right between characters who are guys. So I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna put a female character in this fight, and we're gonna enjoy this fight. So yeah, let's talk about Nanami. And Nanami for me was my favorite character in JJK until his, um, his death. Spoilers again. He died to Mahito. But the whole thing is he was a really powerful grade 1 sorcerer. So was Mei. Like, Mei is also an extremely powerful grade 1 sorcerer. Though Kento was dead and Mei is nowhere to be seen, I still wanted to group them because we've seen what they could both do at best, at peak. They both were at best. We've seen them at their best, is what I'm trying to say. So, uh, yeah, so let's talk about Nanami and Mei. You know, let's talk about Nanami and Mei. Now, first, who's Nanami? Yeah, Nanami's that guy with the glasses, the not the like it's like weird gamer glasses, and he's got a curse technique known as ratio technique, which basically creates forcefully creates a weakness in anyone or anything within the 7 to 3 ratio, meaning you count 7 lines and you make 7 lines, right? And then you count 3 of those lines. The third line is where the weakness is created within the animal or person or thing. And this is a really powerful technique, technically speaking, because you can literally create a weakness for anybody. Like, I mean, he could create a weakness on my arm, right? Within the 7 to 3 ratio, he could just create a weakness on my arm and then hit that. Like, not only does it require immense amounts of precision to hit the target, it also requires immense amounts of calculative intelligence and processing speed to actually use the technique. Because let's be real for a second, someone's moving at speeds of a dog at you, and you're able to literally imagine the 7 to 3, and then create the 7 to 3, and then pinpoint the weakness using that curse technique before precisely smacking the person with the curse technique. It's a powerful technique. Don't get me started on it. We move on. Next we got Mei, and Mei, yeah, she's the definition of greed. If she was a demon, she'd probably be the king of greed, right? She is so greedy and so money hungry that it's a kind of a turn off. But um, yeah, she's still a really cool teacher who's willing to do so much to fight for the people she cares about, even though she doesn't care a lot about a lot of people, unless of course it's monetary exchange and stuff like that. She still seems to care to some degree, right? And her curse technique is actually known as um, what's it called again? Bird manipulation, I think it was called. I can't remember the name of the technique. So yeah, Mei, she was she has a it's a curse technique's pretty powerful too. You know, I wouldn't say it's as powerful as Rachel. I mean, in fact, you know what? I think it might be as powerful as Rachel, at least in terms of peak capabilities, what it's capable of doing at best, right? Which on its own, it's really strong. I mean, we've seen what she did with it against that like chickenpox curse spirit, right? And the thing is, like, okay, who do I think wins in this fight? Um, you know what? Yeah, who do I think wins in this fight? Uh, wow, this is actually a difficult fight to even grade. Who wins? I mean, I came into this just hoping it was gonna be easy, but it's not. Which is, I don't know what I was expecting. They're both grade one sorcerers. I feel Mei Mei's bird manipulation ability is broken. It is when you use when you use the what's it called, the bird strike ability, right? The bird strike ability where she literally creates a binding bow with a bird, or and forces the bird to commit seppuku. And you know, basically moving at high speed makes the bird moves at high speeds and hits its target so hard that it actually dies in the process. So it's, I mean, that's her strongest technique. So yeah, I mean, it's not, it doesn't sound like a lot, but she has a battle axe, which is another weapon. It's a cursed energy battle axe, which is, it's another powerful weapon. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, and uh, she seems to be really skilled with it. We've seen the manga pages. We've seen how good she is with in combat, in terms of combat, right? So she's definitely someone who you shouldn't mess with. I think when it comes down to combat, I think Kento, Nanami, and her might be equals. Maybe Kento's a bit better. Maybe Mei Mei's a bit better. I don't think it's too big of a stretch because, well, the thing is, neither of them. Again, neither of them. They both have incredible powerful curse techniques. But none of them have things like reverse curse technique, things that would give them a bit of an edge. I mean, Kento knows the ratio, has a ratio technique, which for me is the more broken of the two. Mei Mei's technique is also extremely powerful, but she can only use that technique for one thing, and it kills a bird. So I don't know. I mean, if you look at versatility, you could say Mei Mei's is way better at looking at multiple directions, but it's like it's not useful in an actual battle scenario. It's good for reconnaissance, right? If you were a shinobi looking for information, right? That'd be very useful. I would give you that. But in terms of actual combat and battle, it's not a very useful ability. You mean, yeah, you could technically control birds and make them fly around the target, right? Confuse the target, bite the target, stuff. But I mean, it's bird. They're birds, okay? Oh Jesus! I'm really trying to give this to Mei Mei, but I can't find anything. It most likely ends in all stalemates. I think this is definitely what the first fight that's ending in stalemate every single time because no, it doesn't end in total stalemate. I think out of 10 times, Nanami probably wins 6. Right? He probably wins 6 out of 10 times. It's really equal. No, actually, he might only win once. And the only way to win is maybe if he can break the battle axe from her hand, right? If he can actually break Mei Mei's battle axe, and then Mei Mei has to resort to like hand to hand combat. But even then, I mean, Mei Mei's not a slouch. I mean, I've read her fight, right? We've seen her fights, right? So it's not like she's a weak person, right? She's master she's a master. She's like really skilled when it comes to armed combat. So it's not like she's a slouch, right? But the thing is, you take away the axe from her hand because we've never seen her fight with the axe. We've seen Kento, to some degree, fight without his blade, right? To some small degree, and we know his blade is smaller, and not to mention he still has a ratio technique which can more or less break anything as long as he puts enough push into it and enough. I mean, he was able to go toe to toe with the special grade curse, Mahito, nonetheless, and survive the dude. It's like I tried to give Mimi the benefit of doubt here, but I can't find a reason why she'd win. You could say, well, she could just use bird strike. It's a really powerful technique. Yeah. The problem there's one problem with that. I mean, it might be her only win condition for me, which is bird strike. It might be her only win condition, and it is stated to be. I think it's stated to be like an undodgeable technique, right? Where the person can what is it, can't dodge because it goes so fast, I think was the thing. Or was it like it was you couldn't block it is what it said, right? Or counter it, I think, right? Like um it's a wow, this this is gonna be an interesting video. Uh, it's just I don't see. I see how she might win, but the thing is, it's never said. It's never stated that you can't dodge it, right? It's never stated you can't avoid the attack. It's only that you can't block it. It's never stated you can just move out of the way. To be fair, I don't know how fast Kento is when it comes to physical speed. I mean, we've seen him move, right? We've seen him go to fight Mahito of all people, the combat scenario, who was able to duke it out with Yuji, right? Multiple occasions, like twice. The three times they've met, right? They fought. Mahito was able to absolutely fight and go toe to toe with Yuji, which is no small feat. Yuji's like physically without curse energy. Yuji is like above athlete level. Like the man's running like the man can run as fast as a cheetah and lift cars and throw them like they're like he's throwing weights. It's like it's not even the same category, right? So um to be fair, I don't know really how fast. I feel Nanami would be fast enough to dodge it, although I don't believe he might be able to see it coming fast enough. Like I don't know how many birds she can create. She could probably create like 10,000 birds. You know what? Fine. I'll give Mimi win. Okay, I'll do it 1-1. It's a 1 win to 1 win. The rest are draws because I don't know how she even beats Nana because I feel like Bird Strike is the only way to beat him, and you've got to catch Nanami off guard with that one. So if they're going in blind, if they're both going in blind with their own separate ability, Mimi's probably winning. But if they're both going in with information on the other person's ability, it's most likely gonna be a draw. Mimi's winning because if they go blind, Mimi's winning because Nanami won't know anything about the curse technique and he may know how the curse technique works, but he may not know how the bird strike technique, which if caught off guard, as you saw here, as you know in the manga panel, was able to kill a special grade curse spirit. I don't think Nanami surviving that if it could kill a special grade. But nonetheless, she's pretty powerful, right? And yeah, I feel she would definitely hold her own, right? She'd definitely be a dangerous foe. Um, so yeah, definitely someone I feel Meme might win. So I think she barely wins. I feel okay. Fine. I changed my opinion. Meme probably wins this one. All right. She probably wins 6 times out of 5. Okay, 6 times out of 10. And the rest are draws. I hardly believe she loses because everything Nanami can do, like they're both extremely good combat wise, but I feel Nanami's better at combat. And if how many bird strikes can she do? Like, can she do 2? Can she do 3? Can she do an enormous amount? Can she do multiple? I don't know how many she can do because really, honestly speaking, she can. It looks like she can do more than one. She doesn't seem tired. She never seemed tired when she used the bird strike. It's not like it saps all her cursed energy. She just controls a bird to die. It's not, it's not the craziest thing to assume that she could do that for multiple birds, but she doesn't because I mean, come on, like that's a bit unnecessary if you ask me. But yeah, I mean maybe I'll give this to Meme. I think I'll give this to Meme. I think I'll say yeah, Meme wins, but it's too it's too in between for me. I feel they're both very equal, but I think Meme wins more times. Maybe she wins once or twice. As I said before, depending on the amount of information they get from each other. Because if they go in this blind, Nanami is most likely losing. And if they go into this with one knowing more information than the other, Nanami probably will find a way to make to get will probably dodge the bird strike, right? And he probably be able to break her weapon, her axe, right? Because ratio, right? And he could probably also if he gets anywhere close to her, he's winning. I think, which it's very possible. Mimi seems to be a very close quartered combat person, but again, it's just so difficult. What do I say? 5-5, like 5 wins to 5 wins. Is that what I say? Because I've changed my opinion like 3 times in this one thing. I didn't think this battle would be so easy to do. I thought this would be. I didn't think this battle would be so difficult. I thought this would be a very easy battle. With Kem not. I personally thought Nanami was gonna win because I always consider him like the strongest Grade One sorcerer of the Grade One sorcerers. Well, not the strongest, but from the good ones, not the Zenin clan. You know, like we're talking about Meimei, Kusakabe, and Kento. I've always believed he was the strongest of the three, but you know, it could be Meimei. You know, I should stop being so biased when it comes to characters. you know, I should really think about this, but you know what? It's what it is. What it is. So you guys tell me how you Just tell me about the video. You guys enjoying these? Are you guys not enjoying these? Should I change my approach? Should I say more things? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? So yeah, I'm gonna end it here, guys. Just one of my videos, right? Just doing a normal YouTube video today. Always thought, yeah, hey, I haven't added a woman, so here's Mei. So yeah, I might do another one, and this one is just speculative, but the next one I do is also going to introduce a female, but it's gonna be a a way more scaled battle, I feel. So you guys get ready for that one. See you. Peace out.